Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. This is Abhijit Roy welcoming you all. Those who don't know me, myself Abhijit Roy, I'm an ex-banker of 20 years and currently I'm trying to make you understand the financial world in a very simple language. Today we are going to discuss about the retirement if somebody is retiring early. I mean financial independent and retiring early. So most of us have a very brief things, okay. So we all want to do something in our life and then retire. So definitely I will just go on with the same. Just share the screen with you. So it's a FIRE strategy. It is basically known as a FIRE strategy. It is financially independent, retire early. So what is this? Gone are the days when there was basically a mindset of people that used to state that okay, they used to start building their houses after retirement or after the period of attaining their 60 years, and then peacefully they will live with their dear ones. So their concept was after retirement they will build their house and all those things. So, but if we check historical data, you will notice that there are a lot of people who starts to work, particularly as a salaried person, in the early 20s. They normally buy their car, houses in the early 30s. Then they try to make their investment plan and retire probably after 45, 50 or so on. But for this, you should be aware of your expenses beforehand, because it is very critical when you are trying to retire early. What are the things you should do? So for investment plan, it is really good if you start to invest in your first job itself, right? So whenever you're thinking of, it's not about only about retirement early, but whenever you start your first job, it's very ideally for you, you should start investing, right? It helps you to achieve your financial independence at an early stage. What are the various forms of investment that you can do and that can help you a lot? So I think first of all is the systematic investment plan, or SIP as we are always it has been termed as. So if you start early, it means that you will start investing at an early age in your first job itself. It can be as low as 500 rupees. Second option is fixed deposit. You should start fixed deposit also, since this is the best liquidate form of investment after savings. Liquidate in the sense that you can liquidate at any sort of emergency, unforeseen emergency, you can say. Recurring deposit is also available at all banks, and you can avail this benefit also, because these are the main things. Suppose when you are getting salary, you should start to do your fixed deposit, you should start your recurring deposit, you should start your SIP according to your capability, or maybe according to what you can afford to do, right? Because what happens, we normally think, okay, suppose our income is X, so we normally think, okay, Y is our expense minus savings, but it should not be like that. It should be savings is equal to your investment minus your expenses. Then the other forms is mutual fund. Any mutual fund investment and that generates the most income annually at the least possible risk, because if the mutual fund risk are being diversified, okay, among all the other investors. You should also have a medical insurance for any unforeseen emergencies. Medical insurance is critical, since for a 5 lakhs coverage of a 25 years old person, the premium is as low as 4,500 basically per annum basis. The charge may vary according to company to company. But this is very ideal. At times we often think, okay, suppose I am a 25 years old person and I am joining a company. So what do we normally do? We tend to forget that, okay, company is providing me a free medical insurance, so I should not start a fresh one. But ideally you should start, because what happens at a certain point of time, we all increase, as our ages increases. So what happens, the premium also increases for all the medical insurance portion. Then you can go for life insurance. Life insurance should also be done at an early stage, because it can be a term plan, simple term plan for yourself, since the premium is as low. Or you can go for the ULIP, unit linked insurance plan, which is also good for you, because the mortality charges are also less, right? What happens, as our age increases, the premium increases. Not only the premium, but in terms of term plan, the premium increases, but in terms of ULIP, the mortality charge also increases. So then we should take some home insurance. Suppose we have a home, our parents are having our home at that point of time. Suppose Mr. X has just started his journey as a salaried person, and his parents has a home. So what he should do, he should take a home insurance, or he should try to, because Home purchase should be done for any unforeseen expense, things, emergencies that due to burglary, what happens to your home. Then you should take the car insurance. Car insurance is also critical for any unforeseen events occurring to your car. Stocks, start investing in stocks for a long-term investment plan. Typically, you should try to invest for a period of 5 years or so. Because ideally, if so at point of time we think okay, ठीक है, अभी मैंने start किया, why should I invest for a long time? But it's ideally you should start for a period of 5 years or 10 years. Because at 25, your ambition or your goal should be more. You should be aiming at taking out the profit at probably at the age of 35 or the age of 40 or at the age of 45 and so on. This insurance helps you to avoid erosion of your investment basically. Why I'm suggesting it? Because suppose suppose Mr. X has invested 1 lakh in a fixed deposit and 1 lakh in a stocks, right, and 10,000 in a SIP. Now suddenly if there is any problem in terms of home burglary has happened, so the same can be converted, right, or can be solved, because this insurance helps you to avoid erosion of your investment against any unforeseen events. Always remember one thing, that if you want to retire early, make sure that you have sufficient different income so that it helps you to have a regular flow of money. It can be as a consultant, it can be a different sort of things. In today's world, there are a lot of options online. If you go and check, there are a lot of options for you to decide. To proper investment, one should get proper regular inflow of money also. Suppose someone has invested in a long-term mutual fund, or probably at the age of 25, and he has invested a lump sum, maybe a SIP sort of thing, and if he stays for a 20 years bracket, if you go for 20 years or so, for a calculation of around 8% per annum, if you take it in a, I'm telling you in a very conservative way, because equity mutual fund can give you a better return over a span of 10 years. We'll discuss in a separate video of the calculation that you can do. But as of today, I'm just sticking to the basic points that you can also have a good amount of money after a certain point of time. It should be done, but the investment, whatever you're doing, it should be done at an earlier stage. Lastly, before deciding about engaging in any strategies, the cost and risk which are associated with each of the following has to be considered and explored. It's not only about giving a hand, okay, I have retired early and this and that. You should be aware of what is your financial condition, what are your requirements, what are your expenses, what are your family members, money is there or investments are there. You should take care of everything. And for that reason, I'm sure that if you do these things, you can retire early. Nevertheless, I think you like this video. If you like my channel and if you like this video, do like, share and comment on my channel. Thanks a lot for visiting my channel.